everybody. Hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, so I think I can hear myself, and let's get into the video, shall we? So hi everybody, any time of the day that you're seeing me, a very warm welcome to this session. Yes, and I am Bhavana Bisht, a plus educator on Unacademy. And what am I doing here and what do I teach? So I am a science educator, so I teach physics, chemistry and biology, everything that you wish to. Yes. So what are we going to do today? So today we are going to be focusing on the female reproductive system. Okay, so shall we begin? It's quite easy, but it carries the same amount of marks. That is, might be a little bit higher also. So let's get started. Okay, so the diagram that you see on the left hand side is how the reproductive system looks like. Yes, now what is it made up of? Okay, so any system that we have has organs, have them coming together to form an organ system, right? So over here, as you can see, you have two head-like structures at the very corner, okay, and these two oval structures are called as the ovary. Yes, and inside the ovary you have the eggs, the female germ cells, also called as ovum or ova. Yes, correct. Then you will see two pipe-like structures which almost look like our hands. They are coming out. Yes, and they both are coming towards the inner side and getting merged to this bag-like structure over here, which is called as the uterus. Yes, now this uterus is a bag-like structure which opens on one end through a narrow opening called as cervix, and it opens through something called as vagina. Yes, so that is what all the things are present in a human female reproductive system. And over here, how many ovary do I see? I see one pair of ovary, that is two ovaries, right? Yes. Then what do I have? I have one fallopian tube over here, one fallopian tube on the other side. So I have another pair of fallopian tube. Yes, and both of them come to this bag-like structure called as the uterus. So I have one uterus, I have a cervix and an opening called as the vagina. Yes, so this is how a female reproductive system is made of. But the question is, inside the ovary we have the female germ cells, which are called as the ova, the ovum, or what else, man? Absolutely, the germ cell. Yes, and popularly also called as the eggs. Yes, now these eggs, are they produced only when a girl hits puberty? And the answer is absolutely not. Why? Because they are already present when a girl is born. Thousands of immature eggs are already present inside the ovary. Yes, so does it start functioning from the very day that the girl is born? And the answer is no. The eggs come into action, the ovary comes into action only when the estrogen levels in the body increases, and that only happens when the girl hits puberty. Yes, so puberty is the trigger, puberty is the switch when these eggs start to develop. Yes, and are released from the ovary. Hi Roshan Patel, hello, welcome to the session. Understood? So I can say I have a pair of ovaries which have a pair of fallopian tubes connected to them, and all these, both of the connecting tubes come out in the uterus, a bag-like structure which opens through a narrow opening called as cervix into the vagina. Yes, so these are everything that you need to know about the anatomy of the female reproductive system. Yes, now Namaste Roshan Patel. Hi JNVD, that is Arya Patel. Hi Rishu Kumar, hello. Do we have anybody else? Hi everybody who's in the session. Okay, so moving on. What do we have then? Okay, so when I talk about the female reproductive system, it is absolutely known that the female reproductive system is the place where the baby is going to develop and is going to come to life. But for that, we all know there is one important thing that has to happen, and that is fertilization. And for the fertilization to happen, the male gametes need to reach the female reproductive system. Yes. Hi Priyanka Keshwani, welcome to the session. Yes. Oi hoi Rishu, thank you. Yes. So now through the vagina, the penis enters and ejaculates the sperm into the female reproductive system, and these sperms then travel through the cervix into the uterus and then the fallopian tube, because fallopian tube is the place where the fertilization takes place. Okay. Yes, and then after the fertilization has happened, the zygote. Where do we get the zygote? The zygote also we get in the fallopian tube, and the zygote then starts dividing. And then what happens, ma'am? Then as soon as the zygote starts dividing, multiple cells are formed, and we have something called as the embryo, and this embryo is then implanted on the inner wall of the uterus. Yes, and once it attaches to the walls of the uterus, it develops into a baby. Yes, that is exactly what happens. So what do you want to know about? The sperm enters the vaginal passage through sexual intercourse. They travel upwards and reach the oviduct. The fallopian tubes are also called as the oviducts. Yes, where they may encounter the egg. It is not sure that they will encounter the egg, where they might encounter the egg. Yes, the fertilized egg, the zygote, gets implanted in the lining of the uterus, and then it starts dividing, forms a fetus after a few weeks. Yes, so this is how the fertilization happens when we talk about a female reproductive structure. Okay, we have a special class on Unacademy at 7 p.m. Rishu Kumar. Hi Shora, hello. Okay, now I just told you a very important term. I just told you that the innermost wall of the uterus is where it gets implanted, right? This innermost wall of the uterus is called as endometrium. What is it called as? It is called as the endometrium. Yes. So what about the endometrium, ma'am, exactly? So this endometrium has been richly supplied with blood vessels. Yes. Now why is it supplied richly with blood vessels? Well, I'll ask you a very important question. Do we sleep? Yes. Do we sleep, everybody? Yes. Yes, ma'am. We do like to sleep. And where would we prefer sleeping on? On a concrete base? झाड़ और पत्तों के ऊपर नहीं ना. We want a very comfortable bed which is soft, which accommodates my body perfectly, so I can have a very sound sleep. Yes, right? And for being comfortable, obviously it has to have this good amount of foam and give me the comfort. Well, I know you get my point, but the question is, why am I talking about bed when I'm talking about endometrium? So this endometrium also acts like the bed for the developing embryo. Yes, but why is it important to be like a bed? So for example, then there are a lot of blood supplies in the endometrium, and blood does what? Blood does have nutrition. Whatever you eat goes into your blood, right? And the baby that is going to develop in the uterus also requires what? It also requires nutrition, right? Yes, and where is it going to get the nutrition from? It is going to get the nutrition from the blood, and as a result, the endometrium is absolutely absolutely very, very, very rich with blood vessels. Yes, and it forms a very, very thick layer, a bed-like layer, so that the developing embryo can embed in the uterus. Yes. Okay, ma'am. Okay. But what if there is no sperm who ever comes and fertilizes the egg? So what happens to the egg? What happens to fertilization? Is it necessary to have a baby all throughout? No. Then what exactly happens, ma'am? So now, this is not required. The thickened endometrium is not required, and therefore the body decides to throw it out of the body. Yes, and that is called as, you can see how thick the endometrium is over here. Yes, at this point, if the fertilization has not happened yet, the egg and the endometrium lining is shed out of the body through the vagina. Yes, and the shedding of the egg and the endometrium wall outside the body is called as menstruation. What is this called as? It is called as menstruation. Okay, when the girl menstruates for the very, very first time, it is called as the onset of menarche. Basically, menarche. Yes, and then when menstruation stops around the age of 40-45, that is called as menopause. Okay. Hi Atharva, hello. That is George Coyne, Arya Patel. Yes, we have a 7 p.m. class on Unacademy free live classes. Yes, understood. So you understand menstruation, we understand menarche, and we understand menopause. Yes, but the question is, how does the endometrium wall know when to start thickening up? So as soon as the ovary releases the egg, chemical signal is also given to the endometrium wall and it starts to thicken up. Yes, so that till the egg reaches from the ovary into the uterus is nice, thick and fluffy. Yes, so that the developing embryo can embed. But if that does not happen, then this amazing fluffy endometrium has to go out of the body, because no use, ne? And if you don't require anything, will you keep it inside your house or your body? Absolutely not. Yes, so we have the ovary which releases egg, and that is the time when the endometrium starts to develop again. Yes, but is this called as something? Ovary releasing egg is called, yes, this process of ovary releasing the egg out is called as something called as ovulation. What is it called as? It is called as ovulation. Understood? So when the ovary gives out egg, it is called as ovulation. Understood, everybody? So when the girl starts to bleeding, the very first day when she starts to bleed is considered as the first day of the menstrual cycle. Okay, so this menstruation is a cycle and it gets repeated after every 28 to 30 days. Okay, so I can see that this menstrual cycle is a monthly cycle. What is this? This is a monthly cycle. So from the first day to the 5th to 7th day, what happens? The endometrium lining is still shedding. Yes. On the 14th day, we see something called as ovulation. That is, a new egg is released out of the ovary. Yes. And this is the best time to conceive if you're planning for a baby. But what if the fertilization does not ever happen? Yes, so on the 28th or the 38th day, again, what is going to happen? The first day is going to come. That is, the bleeding is going to start. Understood? And menstruation is going to begin all over again. So this cycle is a monthly cycle as it lasts for 28 to 30 days. Okay, menstruation stops at the age of around 40 to 45. That is called as menopause. Okay, but currently depending upon the life cycle that all of us are living, and sedentary lifestyle basically, so it is happening early also, as menstruation is also starting on early in girls. So yeah, that is happening. So if you have any doubts, you can let me know in the chat section, or you can put that in the comment section down below so I can answer your questions later on. Yes. Hi Bunny Lekha, hello, welcome to this session. Okay, so in the GIF that you see on the left hand side, you can see how the endometrium layer is coming out of the body. Yes. So this is the ovary, these are the fallopian tubes, this is the uterus that you have, this is the cervix, and this is the vagina. Okay. Yes. When the menopause happens in females, that is when you lose any form of female gamete, because the eggs are no more released, and there is no more endometrium to support the baby. Yes, but whereas for males, it's not reported. Yes, it might be 80, 90 or 100 years. Okay, now the question is, yes, what about, ma'am, what? The baby! Yes, the baby is developing in the endometrium lining. Yes, that is correct. But is that endometrium lining going to support him throughout the life? No. Or at least till he is inside the mother's womb, and the answer is no. Why? Because as the body of the baby starts to grow, its requirements also increase. Right? And the requirements also increase, and then endometrium is not just enough. So a disc-like special tissue is formed. You can see over here, this disc-like special tissue is called as a placenta. Okay, and this placenta is embedded in the uterine wall. So what does it exactly do, ma'am? So this is the transportation through which the developing embryo can transfer good oxygenated nutritious blood to the developing baby, and the developing baby always is going to have some waste material remaining inside the body, right? So the same blood, while going away from the mother's body, is going to collect all the waste material, and then is going to enter the deoxygenated blood, is going to enter the mother's blood system, and it is going to get purified in the mother, and that cycle is going to continue on and on and on. Yes, so that is going to happen. Okay, then, so for how many months do we have a child inside the mother's body? For approximately 9 months. It might be even 8, it might be even 10, there might be premature deliveries, but on average a child remains inside the mother's womb for 9 months. Yes, and how is it born? Out there, because it is inside the body, right? तो वो बाहर कैसे आता है? So it is a result of rhythmic contractions of the muscles in the uterus. Yes. Now most of the girls, when they are on their periods is another name for menstruation. Yes. And most of them do suffer from something called as cramps. Yes. So what are these cramps? The cramps are when their lower abdomen hurts. Basically, why is it hurting? Yes, whenever they are undergoing menstruation. So the answer is, when menstruation starts, so body is preparing to get fertilized, right? So the uterus starts to contract, and these contraction of uterus creates pain waves, and these are called as cramps. Yes, and girls or women do conceive them whenever they are on their periods, but it is again differing in different individuals. Okay, some might go through them, some might not go through them, some might have developed them at a later stage, some might not have them in the early stage but have them in the later stage, some might not have them at all throughout their life. Yes, so it is all different in different bodies. Yes. So why does this uterus have rhythmic contraction? So these rhythmic contractions are very important for the body for the baby to be pushed out of the body. Yes. For example, you see all these movies where they show the delivery of a woman. Yes. For example, 3 Idiots. Yeah, you can see how the woman is always in pain. Yeah, and why is she in pain? Because the uterus is constantly contracting so that it can push out the baby. Yes, and if a normal delivery is not possible, a normal delivery happens through the vagina, the baby is born through the vagina, and if that is not possible, then cesarean sections are done. In the sense, a small C-cut is made on the mother's womb and the baby is removed surgically. Yes. So, Till here, what do we understand? We understand that we have the mother has two options. What are the two options in the female reproductive system? There are two options: is if it gets fertilized, if the sperm enter the reproductive system, then fertilization is going to happen and the baby is going to develop, right? But if the sperms do not come and the fertilization does not happen, then what is going to happen, ma'am? Then this egg along with the endometrium lining is going to be thrown out of the body, and that is called as menstruation. Yes. Okay, so we understand everything till here, everybody. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. A very good, Bani Dekha. Okay, now I'll quickly tell you about something called as Unacademy Plus. Okay, so what is this Unacademy Plus, guys? So Unacademy Plus is a place on Unacademy itself where you subscribe yourself and get amazing what features. So you have India's best educators, you have interactive live classes, live test and quizzes, structured courses or PDF, and all of this is available to you at your fingertips. And we also have an iconic subscription plan. And what does that mean? It means that you get all the benefits of Plus, but along with that, you have a personal mentor. Your doubts are solved regularly within 24 to 48 hours. Your parents are also told about how you're performing, and you have been given your own study planner. Yes. So how can I get this? So it's very easy. You can just buy the subscription. This is for 10th, 11th and 12th, and these are for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Yes. So the most sought out course is for 12 months, but again, if you are going for a higher number of months, the prices go on decreasing and you're getting a very good deal. But along with that, you have something called as a code, an educator referral code, that is BB Live 10 in case of me, where you get a 10% discount. Yes. So now you'll be wondering, ma'am, why should I join an academy? So well, the answer is very simple. Yes, and what is the answer? Because Unacademy has already come up with new amazing batches which give you what? Which give you all the classes based on the new CBSE guidelines. Yes, and both English and Hindi mode of delivery are available to you. And the most amazing thing is, if you come on Plus or Iconic, you get to talk to teachers. You can raise your hand, you can talk to your educators. You also have a planner on the app. Yes, and what else? You can ask any doubts that you have, and the Unacademy app will automatically give you the solution. So you are very amazing, easy homework being done. Yes, so there are amazing features for you there. So do not forget. Yes, so there are amazing batches which are launching every Monday. They help you whatever you're dealing with in your school, and you get to crack it. Yes, so. And every other Sunday we might have something called as Mega Combat or Combat. The one which happened recently was on 25th of July. So keep your eyes and ears open for the other one. Yes, so I'll see you on Unacademy Plus and or on Unacademy. We have a session now in 4 minutes at 7 p.m. Yes, on Unacademy special classes. So if you want to attend that, what are you still doing here? Download the Unacademy app, see me at 7 p.m. and then you can subscribe to Plus. Till then, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the session. Yes, it's alright, Bani Lekha. I am very proud of you. Yes. Oh wow, 100 out of 100. That is amazing, Bani. Congratulations. Hi, Riddhi Rathod. Hello, guys. So this is it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I will see you next time. Till then, let's crack it. Yes, and please be in your house and please be safe. Cool. Okay. Bye bye.